to this special part of this evening, the Outstanding Achievement Award. Our effort here is to honor the journey and the career of a great sports person who has created new milestones and made the nation proud at many international platforms.
A person who exemplifies grace, humility, and fierce independence, an inspiration to millions of men and women across the country. Ladies and gentlemen, CNN News 18 Indian of the Year Outstanding Achievement Award.
From the day a 15-year-old Sania Mirza won a junior Wimbledon doubles title, she has been one of the most loved and followed Indian athletes globally. A player who has broken many barriers, putting India and Indian tennis on the world stage. Her ferocious forehand, her witty repartees, her clever t-shirts, all made Sania a one-of-a-kind global icon India had never seen before. A 6-time Grand Slam winner, former doubles world number 1, and the highest-ranked Indian female singles player at number 27. Sania's impact goes beyond tennis. She made it possible for young Indian girls to believe you can win against all odds. Her path-breaking career set the benchmark for others equally. Her retirement will leave a gaping void in Indian tennis. The CNN News 18 Indian of the Year 2022 Outstanding Achievement Award goes to Sania Mirza for her glorious career spanning over 2 decades.
Ladies and gentlemen, a huge round of applause for Sania Mirza.
Sania, thanks a lot for coming today. And you're no stranger to awards, you're no stranger to trophies. You've been one of the most decorated Indian athletes, female athletes of all time. But today we are meeting on an occasion where we're not going to see very much of you on the court anymore. It must have been a bittersweet decision to announce your retirement, that too at the start of the year, which no athlete does.
Well, I think if you've followed my career, you know I don't do what most athletes do, so I have to be different. But the fact is that I think priorities change, and I wanted to make a comeback after my baby, who's almost 4 now, and I was able to do that. I was able to get back to the top of my game and top of tennis, and I feel it's time, and I feel that I have a few more months left in me, but it was a very, very difficult decision for any athlete. I am stopping myself from tearing up right now as well, but to see myself as a 16, 17, 18-year-old, it's been a very long journey. Started in 2003, so it's been 20 years, but I think it's time to move on, and it's time to pass that baton to somebody else.
Does it not scare you, life after tennis? You've done this since you were 5, 6 years old?
Yeah, 30 years of my life I've played tennis, but I think that that's the only thing I really know how to do. And for me, tennis will always remain in me. It has made me who I am. It has brought me where I am, and it's made me have such great relationships, including with yourself, and that is because of tennis, and I will always cherish that. But I think there's a time and place for everything, and it is a time to be proud of everything that I've been able to achieve, be proud of the story that I've had, and it's time to move on.
I can see, I think, some tears building up in your eyes.
Yeah, it is always emotional to say goodbye to something that is probably the dearest thing to me, and so it doesn't scare me so much. It does, I will miss winning, I will miss walking on the court, I will miss all that, but yeah, that's life, right?
Anuragji, I don't think there's been an Indian athlete since, the likes of P.T. Usha and others, of course, that too in a sport like tennis, which was always considered an elitist sport, the impact that Sania has had, if you would like to share a few words on that.
Thank you.
Congratulations and thank you, Sania, for your contribution for Indian sports. It's not easy to survive for 2 decades and do well at the international level. It's because of your sheer dedication, determination, and discipline that you could achieve what you have achieved. And congratulations to you and thanks to you. And when we used to heard about Vijay Amritraj to Linda Pace to Mahesh Bhupati, but as far as the women's are concerned, to win 3 Grand Slams, mixed doubles and the women doubles, it's not an easy, none other such sports person from India has achieved, so it's only Sania Mirza. She's standing in front of you. और मैं उस समय की बात कर रहा हूँ 20 साल पहले की. आज भी लोग देश में केवल क्रिकेट की बात कुछ साल पहले तक करते थे, और उस समय टेनिस खेलने के बारे में सोचना और एक महिला एथलीट होने के नाते उस समय सोचना और करके दिखाना और 20 वर्षों तक लगातार देश के लिए करके देना, ये छोटी बात नहीं थी, बहुत बड़ी उपलब्धि है, उसके लिए आपको बहुत बधाई.
Thank you.
अनुराग जी, आप तो क्रिकेट प्लेयर रहे हैं और क्रिकेट बफ हैं, बट आप टेनिस भी देखते थे और कोई सानिया मिर्जा का कोई मैच आपको याद हो?
टेनिस देखते बहुत थे, खेलने के लिए मत बोलना. आजकल मजबूरी होगी, किसी टीवी चैनल पे जाओ, कोई स्किपिंग करने के लिए कहता है, कोई पुशअप्स करने के लिए, सिटअप्स करने. अब तो ऐसा लगता है प्री क्वालिफिकेशन होगी देश के लिए स्पोर्ट्स मिनिस्टर बनना कि आप फिट कितने हो. तो कम से कम ये करने के लिए मत बोलना, इसलिए डर के बोलते कि कुछ खेलते भी हैं कि नहीं.
I just wanted to mention for our viewers that of course Sania is going to be hanging her racket, but I think we're going to see you hopefully at the Australian Open for your one last Grand Slam swan song. You couldn't play the US Open because of injury. Is that happening?
Is there ever a right time to do it, right? I just met the head of our association a few days ago, the IOTY Federation, and he was convincing me to play till next Asian Games. And I said, sir, mujhse nahi ho payega. And I literally was like, so he was like, nahi, bas September tak hai, September tak khelo. I said, sir, uske liye 1 saal ki mehnat lagti hai. It is not easy. I'm actually nursing an elbow injury right now, which I had just before the US Open, so I had to skip the US Open. So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully I will play in Australia this year. And then, call it.
सानिया ने 5 साल की उम्र में खेलना शुरू किया था, तो तब तक बेटा 5 साल का हो ही जाएगा, वो भी खेलना शुरू कर देगा.
Is Zan going to pick up tennis?
The funny part is, I just got a video from my mom, who's at home with him, and he went for his first tennis class today. So that happened just today. I was just showing the video. Aaj pehli baar wo gaya, he didn't like it. He wanted to play cricket like any other boy. So, but I've like forced him कि नहीं एक दिन तो जाना है तुम्हें एक हफ्ते. So he has gone, and then he sent me a video saying, Mama, I had fun. So.
All right, I know that the minister has to leave, so I'll thank Anurag ji for making time in his busy schedule. This is, of course, very busy schedule, tight schedule in Himachal Pradesh, his home state also coming in. So even though I thank you, Anurag ji, Sania, please stay with me. But Anurag ji, thanks a lot for being with us.
Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, a huge round of applause for the Honorable Minister.
So, Sania, I couldn't let you go without having our audience also have an opportunity to pose maybe one question or two to you. Akansha, my colleague, is there. Akansha.
Hi, so we have Swapnil Kothari, who is a renowned lawyer. He's with us and he has a question for you.
Well, thanks, Akanksha. I think it's a pleasure being here on CNN. I've been several times on the panel. It's nice to see all of you, Atul Greha and Anushka and Shivani and everyone, and of course Zaka and Anand and Maria. It's my question to you, Sania, is that you were the first Indian woman to win the Grand Slam and be the world #1 in doubles. That's being a trailblazer for many time to come. why hasn't the Indian tennis followed your success? And do you think your on the court values of dedication, commitment, and passion, if translated into off the court teachings, would perhaps transform the landscape of Indian tennis?
Thank you. That's a lawyer question. It's quite difficult, but I think there is no actual one solution to the question, because honestly, there's been so many young girls, especially, that have shown the dedication and the talent and the hard work, but many times it takes more than that. It takes a very large commitment over the years, not just from the athlete, but from the entire family. It also takes a system, which we do lack to a large extent when it comes to tennis, because it is not a sport that is often played, and or it wasn't, at least when I started. So that is also a very big part of the reason that everything happens late. I mean, by the time we realize what we're supposed to do, we're already 13, 14, 15, which the things that we should be doing at 8. So, it is a very, I started tennis when I was 6, and I was late. Most of my colleagues have started at 4, and I thought 6 was early. So I'm saying we come from a different mindset, and I think that's when a system will help. So I think there is a bunch of reasons for that, definitely.
Sania does run her Sania Mirza Tennis Academy in Hyderabad, and you are in a way giving it back. Even before you would retire, you've started this academy.
Actually, I started the academy 7 years ago, but the thing is, the reason I was not mentioning that, because that is not a guarantee for anything. The thing is that you can always help. You can, as an individual, I can do everything that I can, and I can give my experience and everything. But there also remains a lot that comes from within the family and the child. And I think that is something, 30 years ago, there were lesser distractions as well. We didn't have social media, we didn't have cell phones, we didn't have a lot of things that the kids today have. That's a very big part of it, where it requires even more discipline to achieve certain things.
Let's take one more question before...
One more question. I am joined in by Group Captain Devnath, who's from the Indian Air Force. He has a question for you, Sania.
Hello, Sania. Hello. A very simple question, innocent question for you. I was a fighter pilot, and I'm impressed by you. Being a lady, you selected a goal, an aim for you. You worked hard to you achieved it. From your life, just tell for all the younger generation, what should be their purpose in life, and how should they go about attaining it without any stress or strain?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. So I think that belief is probably the first thing that you need, and I think the most important thing. I think if none of us, the athletes who have been able to achieve certain things for our country, would not happen without the belief, because if I listen to everybody around me, that if I was questioned whether I'll ever play tennis, if I'll ever play Wimbledon, what do you think? You'll be the first person to do this or that. If Neeraj would have listened to other people saying, but nobody has achieved gold in athletics, what makes you think you will do it? If you don't believe in yourself, nobody else will. And I think that is the most important thing. So I think that as an athlete, the belief needs to come from within, and that is the main ingredient in you becoming a champion, the mindset of a champion.
Absolutely. I think that is what all champions have in common, the mindset of a champion. Sania, I followed your career for a long time. We've been, friends through it. And the eternal question, what after Sania Mirza, is a question I've asked you many times. But that question makes me scared a little bit now that you've announced your retirement, and we don't know with your era, with Leander, Mahesh, Rohan. Obviously, Rohan is still going. Who's going to represent us in Grand Slams?
It is a little worrying, and I won't, but this is not a new question. This question I've been answering since I was 19 years old. I'm 30, almost 36 today, and we're still looking for that answer. So that also shows you that the gap that we have in terms of, why do we have it? That's a question we need to ask. Why do we have a champion in a global sport like tennis every 20 years? Why is there one Vijay Amritraj, and then one Leander Pace and Mahesh, and then one Sania Mirza? Why is it not like any other country where you have these
a ready crop of players?
Yeah, people coming out again and again, following in the footsteps of these champions? So I think that is a worrisome question, but hopefully we don't have to wait another 20 years to see that happen, and I hope that we are going to, at least through my academy, I know Rohan runs an academy, so we're trying to find that next person who can really, we can pass the baton to.
Thank you so much, Sania Mirza. Big round of applause for our Outstanding Achievement Awardee, Sania Mirza. A career of 20 years, countless medals for India at the global stage, 6 Grand Slams, and of course, the world number 1 in doubles. Thank you, Sania Mirza.
Many congratulations, Sania.
Thank